Okay, this video is about number 6 on your learning guide. I'm sorry, yes, number 6. I just noticed there are two number 6s, so this is the first number 6. So there are 5 things that you must do when cleanup is called. So once we elect the class jobs, the overlord will call cleanup according to a timer, and there are about 5 things you must do. First thing you must do, you will maybe be seated, whatever you're doing. You stop what you're doing and you clean up everything that you got out. If you got out markers, if you got out anything, you clean up everything that you got out from your spot. That's the first thing. Then you come, I might get us some sponges, but for now, if you need to wipe down your table, if there was any mess on your table, you can get a paper towel. If you need to wet it, you can. And you thoroughly wipe down your spot and make sure that is completely clean. So number 2 thing, number first, put away any supplies you got out, then wipe your table. Third thing, check the floor all around you, all around where you were sitting, and make sure there is nothing on the floor. Okay, fourth thing. Now, this is very important. Fourth thing is that you will need to put away whatever project you are working on. We don't have a lot of projects going on right now, but there will be times when you have a lot of big projects. So we have this storage shelf for projects. We have this storage shelf for projects. I think this one's cleared out too. This storage shelf, you'll see I'm just in the front of the room by the board. And there will also be some storage shelves down here. It is your job to find a storage shelf, label your project correctly, and put it there. If you have something that is wet, like you've been painting and it needs to dry, you can put it here on the drying rack, okay? Now, the 5th thing. So you've cleaned up everything and you've put away your project. The 5th thing is that you probably want to take your learning guide or your sketchbook. So here's your learning guide. Now I changed it a little bit from the video that you watched about your goals, but in order to save time so that you're not like in such a long line to get in the room, I would, because you also are moving your magnet during this time, remember? Cleanup's called, so there's actually 6 things, not 5 things. But after you clean up, you move your magnet to where the step that you're on, okay? So move this magnet. If you finished and you got a signature about the learning guide, you move your magnet to where it says learning guide, and then you move your seating chart magnet back, okay? So there's actually 6 things. So you have to write a 6 at the bottom of that 5. Then you sit down, and if there's still time on your learning guide, write out your goal for the next day. I've decided not to have that goal sheet up that I showed in the other video. Instead, I think it's easier for you to write your goal on your learning guide. So that way when you come in the door, I look, you say, okay, tomorrow I want to watch the video about the behavior plan and get a signature. I look, okay, well that looks like a good goal for you. You can choose your seat. You did all your goals yesterday. Go have a seat. Or maybe, okay, I need to tell you something about that. Sit in my feedback loop. And then you're done. And when the bell rings, if it's clean, then we will be able to choose your seat the next day if you're meeting your goals. I still dismiss the class. Or if everything's clean before the bell rings and people are seated, I'll say, okay, when the bell rings, you may be dismissed. Then you always turn this in. So you always turn this in. I might change this, but for now, there's a yellow folder because this class is yellow. You put your learning guide there, and you'll put your sketchbook back. When you get your sketchbook, you'll put your sketchbook back in these caddies. Okay? All right. Answer the, not 5, 6 things you're supposed to do for cleanup.